You talked about in one of your interviews about learning the 4 Ps in advertising. Can you explain to us what are those 4 Ps? Because I think if we can understand advertising a little bit more, I think we can be better voice talent. And we also can understand the people that are on the other side that are directing us in these sessions.
For sure. So the 4 Ps, I learned to break the 4 Ps and I made the 5 Ps. So like the 4 Ps come from like marketing are like product, placement, promotion, none of that work. So the 5 Ps, which I learned from like all these different agencies and put them all together, and like Leo Burnett helped me solidify it. And like the first thing that we do as advertisers when you're looking at making something is the first P is people. So we really look for, and as I think a voiceover talent can look as when they're reading a script or they're looking at being a product, is to ask the question of like, tell me about the people you're trying to connect with, not the target audience, not the market, the people. And like really, they probably have a persona, like really understand like who are you talking to? Because I need to know that it is not just a mom who has 3 kids and a busy life. Like, yeah, fine, that's a target market audience. I need to know like, no, her name is Sarah and this is what she's dealing with. Yeah. Right? Like, yeah, she has 3 kids and her husband works all the time and she's thinking about going back to school because really she's like, she loves being a mom and it was great and she stopped her career because she wanted to raise her kids and her kids are a little bit older. Like, tell me the story so I know that I'm talking to Sarah. And then the next P is purpose. What purpose do we have to talk to Sarah, right? Why? Bigger than like, I'm trying to sell this to Sarah. Like the reason why we believe the purpose we made this for Sarah is we believe that if Sarah could put this in her life, not just by buying the product, but being a part of the brand, it would absolutely motivate her and encourage her to go further, right? That she can do anything that she wants to accomplish. Then after that, the next P we want to ask for is like, tell me about the platform. Right? Is this just a one-off or are like we really building something here that can have legs and longevity that people can then, which goes to the next P, participate in? Because we always want to make it feel like it's a two-way conversation, not the brand speaking at Sarah, but the brand speaking with Sarah and Sarah feeling like this brand knows me. It's like going like, I'm a very spiritual person. It's like going to a church sermon and like hearing somebody give some word and you're like, why is this person speaking to me? Like, you don't even know me. Right. That's how good it has.
Get out of my brain.
Get out of my brain. Right? You go to a great, motivational speaker. And you're like, how are you like literally blow by blow telling you people my life? Yeah. Right? Like that's how good you want to be able to have this dialogue when we're talking to that person, to Sarah. Then the last one is, how the hell are we going to make it popular? How are we going to make this thing pop in culture? Are we going to make it pop in culture because of a little stupid thing that we do that's like a laugh? Or is it a little like the little a pause or like a little like what little thing can we add to make people be like, oh, they get it. Like, totally are the culture. Like they got it.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I think that voiceover talent should be asking creatives and creative director and agencies and brands that are going into it so that you can really start to feel like, how do you want me? They're going to tell you what they want you to say and how you want to deliver it, but you need to understand the holistic picture of what we're trying to do so that you can then do the job to the best of your ability and actually add that magic.
Yes. I'm bobbing my head so much right now that I'm like, I just need to say amen since we were just talking about church. Yeah, that's so good. But why that 5th P? Why is that so important, the pop culture thing?
For sure. Because we live in a world that's full of pop culture, right? And so many times we forget that culture eats strategy for breakfast. All the time. So yeah, we spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on coming up with the right strategy and then formulate that into a beautiful messaging and then writing something that's absolutely breathtaking. And then we come to voiceover talent and be like, cool, do this. But if we don't understand like the power that the culture has to grab a hold of it, it'll be like David Ogilvy said, it'll be like a ship sailing by in the night. You'll never know it existed. And it could be a huge ship. So we want to make sure that pop culture is always at the essence of the thing that we're trying to say because it shows that we are connected to what is happening in the world and the people in it. Right? It's not about being trendy or fatty or cool,
right,
but understanding why it's popping, right? What's making it pop.
Totally.
And that's how good we have to understand because all we're really doing is communicating to other human beings. We are inundated with people selling us stuff. Like now, I don't even need a commercial because somebody on TikTok's gonna sell something to me.
Right.
A
million times. Yeah.
Now, when we put the artistry of voiceover talent on it, we got to create art that's gonna pop in culture because we competing against, whoever, LaShonda, who is sitting in her car in Oklahoma talking to this review of this soap.
Yeah. Being authentically herself.
It's herself, right?
Yes.
And people, I gotta go get that soap.
Yes. Be more like LaShonda.